Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry, I am eating chocolate. And my dogs. Oh my god.
Alright.
Perfect
Hell yeah.
timing. We're
All this
barking all
prep.
night, and then
Yeah, I was gonna say all this prep time.
they sense the beginning.
It's a stream! Starts screeching. Oh, are those dogs cats? No, I'm just kidding.
Hi, I'm Mags. I normally run the Sunday game, but tonight I am playing the Great Macaron. Uh, and tonight we are missing Kaltoff, who is played by Q Cosplay, and Nalias, who is played by Altera, because family and life. Um, Nothing bad, just personal shit. Anyway, we're gonna move on and we're
Thanks.
gonna introduce the DM.
Yay, that's me. I am Ika slash Sid slash Ika Sensei on Twitch, Ika Sensei Twitch, because my name was taken apparently. So I am the DM for this campaign. I also play Plato in the Fight for Larangon campaign, and it's a good time.
And then
And then
we have our
Owen.
lovable wizard.
Yep. It's
quote,
me,
quote
the
unquote.
lovable wizard. Yep. Um, I'm always so bad at these introduction thingies. It's me. I'm DK, and I play Owen. Owen, they just get it done. Let's keep it simple. I'm still finding my footing.
That is fine. Uh, and then we have no one else, but I just wanted to say we have we have our uh what is it? Direboar pet too.
Chashu!
Uh, yeah, Chashu.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I love him.
yeah, they cannot introduce themselves because they are a direboar, but they're very lovable.
There. This is the honks.
um, Ika, do you want to give a recap or should I?
uh, to be honest, let's see. I'll recap the beginning, but I can't remember exactly what we did at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so basically the time before last ended with Colubrid over here. If you see the ping, he came and he was like, "Oh, my son Coral," and like so the party went out to go save Carl from these dire boars that were attacking him. Little opportunistic meeting there going on. Uh and because the dire boars will eat whatever is around. And they managed to fend off the Direboars. They killed two of them, some more ran away, and one of them they tamed into the lovable pet that we know. Um,
It's a sweet baby.
yeah, and then the players went back to the tavern, and they were talking with each other, and I can't remember exactly what about, but I'm sure Zeg Macaron, uh, played by Mags, can tell us.
We had a Ze and Nalias had a conversation about Owen being very like a blank piece of paper to the world.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then Macaron went outside and spoke to Owen, and they talked about life and the meaning of it and the aspect of life and death and how the world is around here. And Macaron has formally invited Owen into joining the party and hopes that Owen and Nalios can teach each other. Owen can teach Nalios how to be a little more trusting and kind to the world, to see it in a better light, while Nalios can maybe teach Owen how to be a little more backbone, a little more able to speak up for himself on things that he doesn't find kosher. And then Kaltov was covered in mud and pig blood, and they decided to go treat themselves to a nice bath.
They've earned a spa day.
And then Nalius was uh trying to figure out what was going on with Calubrid um a little bit, and about any sort of payment for the rescue, which there wasn't really a monetary payment, just sort of an IOU. And we may see Clubrid and Carl again, so perhaps there will be a uh, payment down the road.
Does
And
Lupert have an eye patch? I'm sorry, I'm
yeah,
interrupting.
he does. Yeah, he does.
Like, oh yeah, he's coming back to the story. He'll have an eye patch. He just narrative.
Yeah.
But it is
Hard as
He's
it's like
fuck.
midday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Nalius has gone off to research at the library. Um, uh, Kaltoth uh has gone a little sick and is gonna stay in bed after that spa. Um, and so it's just you two, and then Anne is kind of doing her own thing over here, the lower lovable NPC who uh who is the alchemist who invented gunpowder, if you remember from last session.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yes, kind of. I thought that was kind of cool tidbit. Anyway,
As no, I'm not gonna metagame, but I Owen also would once they have more exposure to that information.
yes, um, and then uh, as you see the same NPCs are sitting at the table. I mean, actually, not the same NPCs, but they have the same tokens. So you just use your imagination. Um, and then I'll leave it up to Zet and Owen.
Hmm.
What do you do now? Well, I feel like you might want to go check on something. Actually, I have an idea.
Oh,
I didn't think of this before, but where is?
it's okay because we're thinking of it now.
Yeah.
Hey,
uh,
it's yes and. No.
It's that DM
Carl,
likes.
Yeah, there you go.
he's gonna come, and he comes in. You say hi to him.
Of course, I'm gonna say hi to him. Be like, you look just like Solid Snake. I got no, I'm just kidding.
Legally distinct.
We'll go
Right.
to him and essentially ask, "Oh, how are you feeling?"
Oh, I feel much better now that my life is no longer in danger. Although, I'm still a
Mood.
little shocked.
Yeah.
I'm still a little shocked, but all my wounds are healed thanks to Owen over here. So I'm very grateful. Um,
Pleasure. It's what I do as a wizard. I like taking care of people, using my magic to benefit society like this. Don't
anyway,
want
I
you to
was
freak
just
out, but we have one of those hogs outside. Might don't want you to, you know, it's easy to get some trauma, isn't it? I don't want you to be like, oh no, a hog, it's going to get me. But like, this one's chill. Zeh, what's the name of it again? I'm terrible. Well, I'm not actually terrible with dialects. I know a lot of languages, but what you say the name of the hog was?
Their name is Chashu.
uh,
Shoshu.
Tashu.
I'm gonna pretend that Discord's not failing me right now and fucking up the way I'm hearing that, and I'm just gonna let you say it, and I will say Zez Hog. Actually,
It's
no. I just
Zog.
realized that has that's a double entendre. I can't say that. That's terrible. Um,
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either until it like residually the devil spoke on my shoulder and he was like, "Hey, you know that's dirty, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's fix it." Um,
chashu.
j- is it French?
No, it's Japanese. It's a.
Chashu.
Have you
Oh,
ever had tonkatsu ramen?
I'm not as much as I want to be. I'm not an overtly cultured person. So I welcome all
So
opportunities to learn.
in when you see ramen, the circular or the sliced pork that's in there, that's chashu pork.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it's
Yeah, I've had that.
I have named this
Oh my
therefore
God, you
after
named it
the
after ramen pork ingredient. It's like naming it bacon. Oh my God,
yeah. I mean,
I'm
Macron
dying.
told Owen last session that it was a pork dish, and Owen said it
I
was
have
poetic.
the worst, yeah, memory in the world, and it's just dawning on me. And you know what? The slow burn is worth it, okay? Because it hit 10 times harder today than it did, yeah, last week.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Oh
I
my
have
God,
named
that's so
him
good.
after it because that's what I had as a pet in Conan Exiles when I was playing with a friend and I had a
Oh,
boar.
I love it.
it's awesome. So Carl's words. Th- Choshu is it?
Gosh, oh
Uh,
shoot.
in interesting name. That doesn't that mean never mind, never mind. Anyway, the boar Choshu. Uh, I I saw a boar with this in the stable, so it must be the same boar because that'd be kind of
Yeah.
weird if it weren't. But it was it was looking kind of weird. It was looking kind of weird. Like it started to glow. I don't know what's wrong with it.
What the hell?
I
Should we
came
go?
came to ask you what to do.
Do Diane
I
boars
look and say,
glow?
Not usually.
let's
Not that
go
I know of.
Oh
look
no!
at it.
What if he ate a candle? And I'm gonna go running.
Oh, what if it ate a candle? I'm fucking screaming. I'm dying. Let's go.
Okay. So I didn't even think about the stable, so
That's so cute.
I do not have a proper like setup for it.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
Hey,
just
That's why we
theater
use
of
were
the
over.
mind.
That's why we were over at the stairs. We were like, "This is theater of the mind. This is where Chashu is."
There we go. Yeah,
yeah. I'll uh I'll just theater of the mind it here. So you go
yeah.
to you go to Chashu, and he is indeed glowing.
I would like to know what is happening.
I too would like to know what is
Um,
happening.
I'm going to detect magic on the baby. If that's all
It
right.
is indeed magical. This reaction that is going on with it.
Hey, it's definitely magic, you guys. Glad I could help.
What does
Um,
Zay do?
Who the hell is casting magic upon my bed? What is this? Macron's looking around like, where's the spellcaster?
You hear uh a woman's voice in your head, uh say s- say go to it.
Macron's gonna go over to it like, oh no, is it sick? Is it dying? Am I being told that my pet's dying?
oh God, you have
As
to put
you
it down. No, it's old
and
Yeller, your fucking hog on day one of having it.
Look at the flowers, Chashu.
No, God, you're doing freaking of mice and men.
Anyway,
Look, at
about the voice too, like this you've never heard a voice in your head before, just so you're aware, and this voice sounded kind of freaky. Like you can't really put your finger on any description of it. It sounds indescribable, other than feminine.
Macaron's now concerned about his sanity. He'll blame Kaltoff for that later.
YOLO.
So, as you go to the boar, Chashu, and as you go to it, it starts glowing even more, to the point where its whole body is like covered in light. You can only see like the outline of the boar now.
I'm gonna reach out to try to touch them
Okay,
on their little piggy
with
snouts.
the when you touch it, when you touch him, Chashu, uh, the boar starts to shrink. Um, shrinks down from dire boar size to regular old boar size, which is still a bit bigger than you, uh, but not as big as a horse anymore.
Just
And then the glowing stops, and it's normal again, except that it's smaller.
Owen is furiously writing notes. Not furiously in spirit, but like in aggressiveness at the note taking, just journaling away. Go
Chashu?
on.
You hear you hear Chashu snort at you, and kind of happy little snort, and you hear in your head, um, you hear in your head, uh, companions, the same voice by the way. Uh,
Oh, I thought it was
you
Chashu.
hear,
I was
not
about
trust.
to. Yeah, no shit. Hello.
That's why I had to
I am the
clarify. I was
hog
like,
of the
wait.
heavens.
I am the
I am
transcendent hog.
I am the
Yeah.
Lord of Pork, and you have slain my brethren.
Yes.
Roll initiative. No!
Lord of Pork is such a hard band name, I'm not gonna lie.
At least not Lord of the Flies.
Oh, rip Percy or Piggy. That was
Yeah,
Percy.
yeah.
I can't remember.
Piggy.
Rip us, we'd have
Piggy.
to fight it.
No shit.
Um,
Oh man, I
no,
just
but
realized the double entendre on Piggy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, so you hear that same voice that you just heard, and it says uh, this steed is now yours. Um, uh, trust in it, and uh, and then the voice disappears, and you feel strangely connected to this hog that you have saved, more so than you were before.
And all that talk was strictly in Zed's head, right? That wasn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear that. Okay, cool. So I'm just
Yeah.
writing and be like, it looks as if the Holy One is staring at the pig who's glowing. The glowing stops, silent back and forth, and now I'm just watching for what happens next.
Macaron's kind of like staring at Chashu for a moment before reaching his hand out and placing it on the snout of the pig and just goes, "Would I in my religious time, would I know that this was like a deity speaking to me even if I don't know which deity?"
Never sensed anything like this before. It doesn't
It doesn't
um
it doesn't feel holy in any way.
it you don't know. You're unsure. Um you've never felt anything like strictly holy speaking before, and so you don't know if this is what it feels like. But it feels different from anything you felt before.
I have either gotten a blessing or a curse with this pig.
Well, okay, I write that down. Blessing slash curse question mark. Um, well, so here's the thing. We um I'm going to detect thoughts on the pig. I'm burning a level 1 spell slot for this.
Okay. Wait, what did you cast again?
Detect thoughts on the pig, level 2.
Okay. Strangely, its thoughts are a little more complicated than you would expect from a board.
Oh, it was
Um,
usually food earlier because I did use it in the last episode, and they were all just like, "We hungry." So
exactly. Now
yeah,
it's thinking like uh have you ever seen that or like read that part of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy where the plants becomes a whale?
I
Um
haven't. It's on. Actually, I think I have a copy of the book, and I just haven't read it.
so so the boar is like um I I can think I can think therefore I am.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, it's sentient. It's
Yeah.
more sentient. It's an
Okay.
awakened pig.
We should get it some clothes so it feels decent.
We're supposed to get it close.
No, I just made that up just now because I was like, that was the first thing that I did. I mostly roved around my trove naked before. It was just like, especially after losing my dad, I didn't like. I just lived in the cave for a little while, and I was like,
Wait,
oh wait, I can't. I got in trouble for being outside naked the first few days of my time out of the cave.
wait a
So I
minute.
learned quickly that clothes was important. So if this thing is what?
Are you saying that the whole time that you were in the cave with your dad, you were naked?
No, no, no. Oh, so I didn't realize it was a rule on principle of social decorum. So after me dad died, I was like, well, I didn't have any drive to like get changed or do laundry or any of that. It wasn't until I wandered out there. I just took off my clothes and I wandered out, and then everyone was like, "Hey, you can't be running around with dong hanging." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So went back to the cave, and that's whenever I learned the rule of society that you have to wear clothes in public if you're above a certain intelligence. Because that was my bitch at the time. I was like, "Wait, hold on! I don't
forget
see animals
about
running around wearing clothes."
forget about forget
So it
forget
seemed to
about
me tied to intelligence. If you're above intelligence, you have to wear clothes. So if this pig is aware, boar rather, sorry, no offense. If this boar is aware, should we get it like a hat, some some pants, or am I overcomplicating things? I don't really understand a whole lot
You know,
of the practical, pragmatic approach to existing in a society.
we should get it a bandana,
Okay,
like a
yeah,
crown,
that works.
so people know that it's a friendly boar, not a bad one.
Right, right, right. That's smart. That's smart. Oh, oh, oh! I've read some domesticating books, like what if like a collar of sorts? Or is that what you mean? Like the bandana would be like the telltale around the neck bandana, or are you talking about around the head because it's gangster?
What is that word you just used? What is gangster?
Oh, sorry. And I pull out from my bag. I have things that they're like, it's a dictionary on like urban slang. You might even call it an urban dictionary. I pull it out. These are slang expressions I tried to pick up from the kids. It has elves and humans, and that's it. I didn't get the other editions that cover gnomes and dwarves and such. But these are slang terms between at least elves and humans. Um, you flip through and I find vocabularyically gangster people who it's like a guild but with less decorum, you know what I mean? It's more like street factions, it's less organized, it's like a gang, and some of them can use like different emblems or clothing articles to signify their
So,
importance in one community or another, but I
so
don't think
like
that
bandits.
the pig, yeah, exactly, yes, quite, yes. But
Well,
the more I say it out loud, the more I don't think that this pig is part of that faction.
no, I think that
I think
the pig is.
I think I'm overcomplicating it.
I think the pig is a new friend of mine. The voice in my head told me that it was a steed.
Oh, so you can ride it.
it's worth noting that uh you would know just because of your base religion, uh all the gods, both good and evil, are all masculine. Um, just I I forgot that you might not know that. So yeah. And then also, I just want to say now the only thing I think of is forget about Zez hog. Now we have Owen's hog to worry about.
Oh wait, no, I thought we only had one hog. Do we have two
Not
hogs?
when you're running around naked.
No.
Oh shit, yeah. No. That was only before. That was
Fuck.
only before. That was basically like pre-story. Owen, basically like after I had found
No,
my
I know.
father's spark.
I
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that the audience
Ika.
knew that I'm not running around naked now. That was a past experience before I met the party, and I had to learn about the hardships of wearing clothes in public.
Ika's being a little shit.
Yeah, and I love it.
So, Macaron looks to you, Owen, and is just, well, I think that everything should be fine. I don't sense
Yeah.
anything malicious about them. But I think a bandana would work really well. Maybe kind of like the ones that I have. We should get you a bandana. And Nalias and Keltoff as well. We could all have bandanas.
Ooh, we could be like a gang.
But a good gang.
Well, I mean, I didn't read anything that said they're bad or otherwise, but they definitely like, yes, a faction moniker of sorts, something that says we are a band of brothers and other such gender-neutral monikers. I use that word twice in the same time. I'm getting sloppy. Um, yes, I will always say yes to more fashion because after going out, being ushered back to my cave and told, hey, you should wear clothes, I came back out, and the very first interaction I had with another person was they said I had impeccable taste. So, I don't know if that's true or not, and I need to use more articles of clothing to drive that point home or not. I do have journal entries about it, but I would love. We should go bandana shopping.
Macaron kind of like takes out a pen and paper and starts writing down. He goes, we'll do a bandana. I want to stop at a bookstore. And perhaps the library.
Ooh. Oh. So, wait a minute. Okay, so I know the prospect of a store. I know the prospect of a book. I definitely know what a library is. I enjoy the fact that you want to go, one, be a connoisseur of the purchasing of books, as well as taking advantage of what is available for free. So, if it's not too much bother, would you mind if I tag along? As a wizard, I really love books. Love them.
Well, I see no reason why you cannot come along. After all, it is a free world.
Well, yeah, it's a free world, but still, like, what if you're like, no, I needed to go look at this book by myself, and I don't want some jagoff jogging along.
I enjoy your company.
Thank you. I enjoy yours too. The fact that you didn't want to immediately kill the animals very much resonating with my spirit, and appreciate that about you.
He
Just
nods
saying.
and looks to Carl. Does this town have a library or a bookstore?
Yeah, it has a library and a bookstore. I don't know which one you prefer, but the bookstore does cost money, whereas library is free. The library is pretty expansive. Doesn't have maybe some of the new uh, pop romances to read, but you if you want to learn information, the library is probably the way to go.
I would like to learn a bit more about the town and the royal family. So, the library should be the first stop, and then the bookstore afterwards. That way, we don't walk into the library with books that we have purchased, and they think that we're trying to take them away.
Yeah, and then you can buy the
Well,
new Lovers edition. I mean, wait, I don't buy those.
I mean, to
What?
be fair, living vicariously through romance novels is quite a hobby of mine.
Nakaron just kind of looks
It's
at you both until the sediment goes, no, I think I'm more interested in just history, non-fictional stuff.
I love non-fiction.
Macaron's
And the
little arrow ace brain is showing.
the
Yes.
library is probably right up your alley.
And so they ask Carl to take them to the library.
All right, so
So while we're walking, could I ask Carl a couple of questions?
yeah,
Hey, so not to be nosy and all that, because I've been only recently exposed to the world as a whole. Um, I saw. So you got surrounded by all them hogs and such, right? Um,
right.
did did they seem? How was that? How'd you get caught in that predicament? Were you normally on that trek and then coming back and then finding out that, oh my god, all of a sudden these wild boars is here? So, or was it like more like, I don't know,
Mm,
targeted?
no, I was just out and about, and I guess I got unlucky, to be honest. I didn't, and maybe a little foolhardy of me not to notice, them approaching. Uh, but
So these was
I
just
was
hungry.
just, yeah, I was just out in the middle of nowhere, and stuff happens sometimes.
I understand that. I just want to make sure that these lands aren't so riddled beasts that we can't walk to the library without getting front-ended.
Oh no, anywhere in the city is safe. At
Okay,
least I would think.
I would hope so. But I'm glad you're okay, Cole. Okay, so also another point of contention. So, personally, I've known a number of Carls in my life. Your dad seems to refer to you as like a hard O, a choral of sorts. What be your preference? What's the right way to pronounce that? Choral.
Well, my dad is my dad. He eh, yeah, but I prefer Carl.
Oh, okay, choral. Okay, because I've known plenty of. Okay, see, yes, he's got accent. I'm not going to josh him for that. Just want to make sure I was doing you a justice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna just scritch chash you on the head while assumedly you're mounted on them, Zay.
I don't know. I don't know if they would allow pigs in the library.
Oh, I didn't know we were at the library yet. I thought we were just going to the library, so I was just assuming you were riding it to the
Oh,
library. I
I
don't
would
know
not
why.
leave him outside that place. Who knows? A butcher might be nearby.
Yeah, hunted, hunted.
Fair.
I assumed that the hog was very much with us. I will die,
Um,
maybe.
I am setting up the library scene real quick.
Hell yeah, take your time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask Zay some questions. So, Zay,
Hmm.
do you like Zay or Great Macron or the Great? Or Great Macron, or the Macron, any amalgamation of the mix.
Well, my full name is Zarek Macaron, for Great and Macaron are my middle and my last name, so I do not mind going by Ze. Though a lot of people tend to call me Macaron.
No strong preference one way or the other about which one I decide to pick with.
He shakes
Besides,
his head.
like, if I came up and called you Great, that'd be weird, but, you know,
I wouldn't say no to being called Great.
that's true. Worst things to be called stupid, like people was calling me when I was... Anyways, um, sad. But, I feel like I made a bad first impression when we met. I had some tangents about, like, religious sense and all that. But I saw a lot what you could do with the powers that be that guide you. I'm, if I had to put a word to it, a bit agnostic myself. I'm always curious and I'm open to the concept of a higher power, but I'm not sure where logistically and pragmatically they fit into the world of science that I know and the weave. magic and understanding like all the things as a wizard,
Well,
that I know.
I
Like,
always viewed it. I view it like this: the gods exist, and they have created people, and they have created the. They have given us the abilities to do amazing things. Um, One of the things that we can do. Give me 1 second.
mhm.
Sorry, I had to mute for a second.
You're quite fine.
Apparently, Max had to mute too.
Yes, sorry. So Macaron says, how I see it is, those the gods have created this world, and they have created us and such. I don't believe that gods are all knowing and all powerful. In the sense of, there are many people who believe that you can heal someone through prayer, but and they don't want to the science facts of the world to come in and bother their point of view. But I think when it comes to things like that, you should look at it in the way of, God created wizards so that the wizards could create magic. God's created artificers so that they could create wheels and continually allow us to make items to better sustain ourselves.
That is actually a very beautifully hybrid approach to the situation. Very pragmatically beautiful, if I say so. Because among all my dad's teaching and all this and that, he was always a man of science and the rule of law and physics and what's real and what's not. And I've seen so much that contradicts all of the rules of reality. That like, when do you cross that line of acceptance where you're like, but if a holy figure existed, wouldn't it have the capabilities to create such parameters and stipulations among a society of people that live? I would like to. I'm open. I've spoken my words that have been rather dogmatically programmed into me of what I'm expected to feel about deities, but I'm open to the concept of them. So if you ever, you know, if there seems to be an opportunity where you're realizing that, hey, this might be a teaching moment for old Owen on some religious front, just know that I'm all ears. I've got open ears.
He smiles and nods. I am always open to introducing people into the faith. Whether or not they choose to stay in the faith is definitely up to them. Um,
Hmm.
I believe that the lines that you are thinking about is going to be, I would say it's your own based. The line between what the gods do for the world and what the gods do not do for the world, and what the gods can provide and not provide, can only be answered by them themselves. So, until you are able to fully meet a god and understand what it is they do, and be able to ask them everything that they are able to do, for now, just have faith that something's looking out for you. You don't know what, but that's okay. They can't
Right?
solve all your problems, but a little bit of faith in knowing that you believe that there is someone out there giving you a little bit of a backup is always a nice, comforting thought.
Yeah. I will say, after losing the only person I've had, knowing that I have anyone in my corner is absolutely comforting. So I can see a situation where I have the luxury of finding you new friends, but um, if I was all by myself, I could see a place where I would at least be happy that a deity was there to tell me, even if a deity was there to tell me everything was shite. But just to know someone was there means a lot. So, yeah, I like that concept. I'll keep an open mind to it. When we're at the library, looking around, maybe we can find some books on your... Do you have a prescribed faith?
I keep forgetting how to pronounce their name because I don't say it often enough. Um, it is Finonga?
Finlay, I think it's
Finlay?
pronounced. If I remember
Um,
right. Yeah, Finlay. Finlay.
uh,
It should in the player to DM, I think I have how they're all pronounced.
uh, I go by the
Funlai. Funlai.
Funlai.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I go by Funlai, and they are the god of the courageous.
Oh, well, damn, if there's going to be anything to be loyal to, let it be courage. Um,
Well, there's plenty of different gods out
oh,
there in the world. You just need
is
to
there
find
now?
the correct one that is for you.
It's
Uh
wild to hear things like there's so many gods in the world after being raised in a life where there's no gods.
You know, I think you would like Ushtan.
Was John?
They are the god of knowledge.
Oh, I do enjoy a fair play of knowledge.
There's knowledge,
Hmm.
mercy, honesty, charity, and knowledge.
So it's more, oh, what's the word? Pantheon-ish than dogmatic one ruler type thing. It's not like a hey, this is the guy, and they're the god, and that's it. There's like options?
He nods. I think they're not so much
Fascinating.
of gods of like. I don't see them as gods of like, oh, they are the almighty powerful beings, but more beings that remind us things like, my god what my god is for to stand up for what's right, to stand against injustice, and to be the savior of the oppressed.
Hmm.
While you have other gods who are more of in the charity business to care for the ill, the poor, the downtrodden. And then you have those who are like you, who are philosophers and scholars and such, that they seek the god of knowledge to help them along that journey.
Very interesting. I truly appreciate the knowledge share. Hmm. I might have
Carl
to.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Carl pitches in and says beware of the seven. Do not do not touch upon their evil.
Okay. That was heavy. The seven? Like, what's that? I'm gonna need you to elaborate. I'm very naive, ignorant, as it were, to a lot of the religious state of the world.
I shall not name them, but
Well,
perhaps
shit! How am I
you
supposed to avoid them?
perhaps the library may be of aid in that regard.
Oh, that's valid. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you in a predicament.
Well,
If
do
you just didn't
remember,
know.
Owen, names have
Yeah.
uh, names have great power. If you meet a fake creature, it's often best if you don't. Fake creatures are very tricky because they might take your name.
That sounds terrible. I like my name.
I like your name too.
Don't I don't want them to take. Fae, though, I've only read bad things about them. Not like in a. Yeah, I'm sure there's certain Fae creatures and stuff, like even like woodland elves and such that might be a little more Fae adjacent, but like hags and other such Fae, the more.
No, that's a
I'm
great
starting to
question.
realize now.
DM,
Yeah,
is
what's
there
up?
fey creatures in here? Or are we all just
There
pulling
are
shit out of our
the
heads?
Right? Yeah.
there are
I was hoping.
some Fey adjacent creatures that came
Mm.
over via the mass teleportation. But like they don't they're not like the
They're not like other
immortal like
fey.
Like malicious bad fae, but like there are some like good.
there's like some fairies and pixies and stuff, but
Okay.
Oh god, pixies, not
there's
pixies.
there's no like red if you know might be a red cap or something, they're not like they're away from home, so if you like kill them, they won't just come back um because
Fair.
they'll leave this world for good. Um,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
there are like some occurrences with Fae like that, but like they're very rare.
Okay.
No, can't
Um,
say I've ever met any fae folk personally in my time. Obviously, I've never met much folk outside of current travelling party in Carl, who's really cool by the way, and I wink at Carl.
he he
Not flirtatiously, but platonically.
yeah he gets a little embarrassed, not like super embarrassed, but he's like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks, gee,
Macaron
gee, thanks.
looks up to Owen and goes, when you Nalia says that sometimes when you wink at people, they can get the wrong impression. So it's better to give them finger guns. And he kind of like shows you finger guns.
Oh, okay. And I just turn directly at Carl and start aggressively pointing fingers, index fingers and thumbs up at him, like just forcing the movement. I haven't mastered it yet. This is my first attempt. I'm like, finger guns, Carl, finger guns, and I'm just saying it at him as I thrust my finger guns at his shoulder height. Look,
Carl Carl is a little taken aback. He's guns
because you're a good
like what
person, Carl.
like what Anne has. You want to shoot one of those at me?
No, oh shit, no.
I think you fingered gun too hard.
Mm. It's more like a casual. I noticed you had like a flick in the wrist of yours, and I was more like punching with my finger guns. It was very forceful thrusts. All right, I could use some work. Performance isn't my strong fault. This isn't my strong suit.
Your
Carl
strong soup.
Yeah, my strong soup.
Carl overhears this and is like, um, it's like, I got you, Owen, and then kind of finger guns back at you, kind of almost
Whoa.
cringe, like,
Yes,
not that he's trying to be cringe, it's just he doesn't do it quite right.
nice. And I'm going to
Macaron.
assume that's the right way to do it for the rest of my life.
I'm imagining Macaron doesn't have like 5 fingers. He has like the whole cartoon 4 finger thing. So he's just like
Yes.
he's just doing it with his little nubby fingers. He's like, yeah. They're just doing it in a circle in the most cringiest way.
Yes. The absolute trifecta of cringe right now as we all finger gun each other to the fucking library. This is fantastic.
Um, Speaking of library, do you want to arrive now? I
Yes,
feel
please.
like
Oh
it's
yeah.
been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything to kill this terrible small talk that I've created.
So, Carl, like heads off somewhere else. And you reach the library, and you go, to the first floor where you can study in peace, and
Hmm,
that's where you wind up.
all right. So what
By
was
by
you coming
first
here for?
by first floor,
Sorry.
I meant the British first floor. I meant the American second floor. Um,
Nice.
yeah.
Bet.
Um, I have come to look for research on the town and on the royal family.
Okay.
Perhaps some of the ruins that the king wants us. The emperor. It was emperor, right?
Yeah.
The emperor wants us to investigate some ancient ruins, and I was wondering if there was anything that might possibly be in here that might be helpful.
Brilliant. Yeah, you always start with research. Say good project planning that way. So I'm a little bit wishy-washy bit on the what was happening with the Emperor, was it? I'm kind of just tagging along at this point because you need an extra body. But like, if there's an Emperor involved, I want to make sure I'm minding my decorum because I know it's very important. I will likely also help you in that endeavor, looking around for books on, you said ruins? Just any ruins? Or do they have like a name?
Did they give us a name?
He said the ruins to the north of here, which you could probably figure out by asking librarian or something.
I'll go and
Walk
ask a
around and ask
librarian.
librarian. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
gonna be like, ma'am.
I'm gonna let you lead this one.
Just, ma'am, they said runes. I know that they said it was from to the north of us, but I am small and I do not know.
I am small.
I do not know the way.
He says the only the only runes around here are the runes of the Lunar Temple. Maybe that's what you're looking for.
Are those north of here? I chum of over Macaron's shoulder.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any books
Okay,
on them?
that's probably the one. Yeah, you got books?
Yeah. Well, if you let's see, Dewey Decimal, probably, and then she walks you over to, she walks
I
you
love they
over
have the
to.
Dewey Decimal System. I'm sorry. I just got.
Uh, so she mutters that she walks you over to the correct books where you might find stuff.
Macaron's gonna pull out his folding chair and start sifting through books.
Okay.
I'm going to just start grabbing whatever book looks like it has a relevant title and then pulling them to a table to college crunch it and just sit in a chair and open 12 books at the same time like you see in the movies. Where you're like, they're not reading all those books, but they are different parts and pages and just making a whole study area for myself.
I'm
I'm going to be focused on that
assuming
one endeavor is learning information about these ruins because it's the only way I can be helpful at the Momo.
I'm assuming that this is like the amount of books that is in here is probably more books than Owen has probably seen.
Yeah, because this is a larger city, and it has
Yeah.
a pretty sizable library.
Yeah. And I don't want to discredit my father's library because we had a shit ton of books. That was like our whole thing was having books and learning and just that my character for metagaming purposes has a very high intelligence and it's because of all the access to books that they had. They just don't have a practical approach to how they're exercised in the real world. So they're naive but brilliant.
I love the
I will
idea.
And
say, I will
yeah.
say that your
What you guys
personal
say?
collection in the cave
Mhm.
was actually larger than this library.
That's how I imagined it, at least from my head, in my head. But it doesn't mean that it covers the scope of what is in this library either. So there's definitely going to be gems in here that we can find that didn't exist in my library, and
Yeah,
that's why it
exactly.
was so valuable. But it's also
Mhm.
why I know like 9 languages. So you know.
I like
One
the
book.
idea that you had so much knowledge in this, like in this area, and
Mm,
you didn't have a single children's book. So that part of the area of
yep.
this library is just mind blowing to you.
Yeah. Be like, what? No, this is brilliant because one, pictures. Since when did they start putting pictures in books? What is this? I'm
Two
like totally distracted by that now. I'm not even like looking at my research
two
books that
hours
I've piled on a
later,
table.
I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
find
right.
Owen crying in the corner because he's reading the Three Little Kittens and they lost their
Yeah.
mittens.
They don't have any mittens. It's a fucking problem. I'm going through this.
They're not allowed to have
No one
pie.
cares. Yes.
At least they weren't Tabaxi. Or maybe they were.
Uh, well, tabaxis could probably find their fucking mittens, and he's just
their,
going.
their mom's not even helping them. She's just denying them pie.
She doesn't. Yes, she doesn't understand the problem. Parents never understand. Just going through. Yes,
Oh,
I love that.
Thus, he enters his
I,
emo phase.
Yeah.
I
I'm
will
gonna dye my
actually
hair back.
say, I will actually say, as you're going through the picture books, you will find some interesting things that you did not know before. Um,
Cats can wear mittens. No, I'm just
uh, and let's see. So, Owen's looking at the picture books.
kidding.
Um, and Zeh is looking at books about the lunar temple.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll start with Owen, I guess. Um, so Owen, uh, it one of the first things that you pick up on as you're reading through these books is you find a book about the seven, and it's and that immediately catches your eye because you
Hmm.
were just talking about it.
Yeah.
So as you look through the pictures, there's like very like stereotypically evil like drawn characters, and it mentions these seven names, which are uh, Anubis the Chosen, um, Sharis the Starved, uh, Kun uh, Kunyuch the Handsome, Dal Dal the Proud, um, Eshin the Procrastinates, Connell the Untamed, and you notice that there's one that's worse than them all, um, and is named Ruthie the Conqueror.
Hmm. They seem the worst of them all. So, and sorry, because like my ADHD was punching me in the face. Um, we were saying that these were
In the
names
picture
of.
books of
Okay.
the seven who are like who you gather
Okay,
from
so
the
this is
book.
like some dogma doctrine to be like, don't follow these gods type of
Exactly.
stuff. Okay, cool. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like evil gods as you gather.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's
Okay.
7 of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna avoid these seven. I don't like these pictures. All these words.
In
Not
the
crazy about this.
in the little story that you read in the picture book, you gather that there was there's some kind of empire ruled by Ruthie the Conqueror. And no matter how much, as the book is like, no matter how much he like ate as far as power goes, he was never full. He was never satisfied with his lot. Um
Yeah.
and that uh that led to the rise of the five, who are those five gods that were mentioned by Ze. Um,
Oh.
I'm gonna need you, Ika, to put their names. I just have their titles.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And I also, as Owen, would like to look for books specifically on Zez deity that they had mentioned that they were like after I'm done with
okay.
my first wave of enamoration with these children's pictures books, I would love to find some actual like academia on their faith, just so I can absorb it better.
Okay. So first, first uh, you finish the that little children's story, and and like the rise of the five overthrew the seven, um, and now there's good in the world, um,
Do
and
like
that's
that.
kind of how it ends there.
Yeah. All right. I like that. And otherwise, ow, my hand on my desk. Otherwise, I'm gonna move. This is where I would imagine that I sat. That I had just both of these. Assumed. Oh wait, no, these are bookshelves, aren't they?
Yeah,
Okay, just kidding. No, I am sitting at this table, and I just have it filled with books that I've gathered from all the shelves that I could. Uh, Regarding any anything related to ruins of the North. We had. Um, I also
yeah, the Lunar
hate
Temple.
myself for this, but I need to AFK for like 60 seconds up here.
Okay. Yeah, before you go, real quick, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking about like maybe another uh 50 minutes at most of playing. Um,
Yeah.
and then I gotta get ready for bed.
Yeet.
That works for me if that works for y'all, especially considering it's a two-person campaign today. Yeah. No, that's valid. I'm
Okay.
just gonna run AFK for a sec. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay, drop that city lore on me, Ika.
Okay.
Royal family
So
lore.
the the lunar wait you mean about the lunar temple, right?
The lunar temple, the city, the royal, whichever one you got prepared.
Oh yeah. Um. So the first thing that you look at is about the lunar temple. Um. It's uh long since been destroyed mostly. Kind of gone to ruins, as you know. Uh, as they say, I was gonna say, but uh, no, it just
Long
it's.
since gone to ruins, so now it's not just the lunar temple ruins, it's the lunar temple ruins.
I mean, they didn't used to be ruins, right? Um, but the lunar temple, has uh a I want to say like a sky roof. This has like a hole, a circular hole in the ceiling where the moon will shine through and illuminate the inside for the like very center of the temple for worship. At
Okay.
least that's what has been gathered. That it's probably for worship.
Do
Um,
they know either to what god or to what would happen take place there?
they do not know. Um, they they have maybe some guesses about some kind of lunar god because of the whole sky roof thing. Um, but they this just all educated guesses.
Does it
Excuse me.
explain the environment around the area, such as like, is it foresty? Is it more of a jungle?
Yeah, it's a bit foresty um, around the temple and including sort of inside of it as well, because you know the vegetation is sort of encroached.
Does it speak of any animals that might be in the located area?
It
More werebears and stuff like that?
speaks about wild animals native to the area, such as boars, maybe some dire boars, um, maybe wolves, uh, maybe even some dire wolves, um, and and other like forest creatures. like bears and whatnot.
So typical things, nothing crazy. Like, oh, one researcher said he saw like a freaking pterodactyl flying around.
Right. Nothing unusual.
Say anything about it being dangerous?
Uh, it's it permeates with magic, like or radiates with magic, and no one is sure why. Just that it is. Uh, and
So
they
no one's explored it.
people have explored it, but like they didn't find anything. And there wasn't any like danger that they could tell other than like the wild animals that were living inside. I think one or it mentions that possibly there was a dire bear in inside that one encountered, but they managed to get away.
So possible dire bear. With the notes that I'm taking, I'm just adding a little bit of flair to them, adding like found claw marks. Some say that there was sightings of a bear, though they are unsure because of the size.
Okay. Um
Also, for the
and
record, I'm back. Just throwing that out.
yay. And so that's pretty much what you get of the Lunar Temple.
Okay,
Um it's surrounded in mystery because no one knows why it was built, what they worshipped there, if they even worshipped there.
but it was
Uh
simple enough to get in.
yeah, it was simple enough to get in.
Okay,
Uh and then what else were you looking at? Oh yeah, the Emperor. Um
the royal family, if it's always been in his line, or if it's more of like a voted system. His has the past ones been good? Does he have a wife? Does he have kids?
so in the past, up until this current emperor, it has been familial. Um has this kingdom has been passed down, um or like what used to be a kingdom was passed down through the family, uh uh patrilineally. Um
Okay.
However, uh with uh with the popularity of a magic wielder named Alex, uh, there came a, what do you say, like a growing conscious of of the kingdom's well-being and of its monarchical um system, and it has grown uh pretty big, and so maybe it was time for a change. And so the people banded together, and they uh they sort of they elected among themselves that Alex should be the ruler, and they managed to uh with their support, Alex uh managed with his like skills and just his great power. He managed to sort of take over the empire or the kingdom and turn it into an empire. Um, the difference being that he sectioned off parts to be like provinces, basically, and uh, and to have more autonomy over themselves. Um, much to the much to the chagrin of the nobles, and much to the promise of the common folk.
Hmm. Okay.
What else would you like to know about him?
Any kids, wife, husband?
He is unmarried and has no kids.
So he has no heirs to his throne.
Correct. Not that, though he has stated publicly that he wishes, for the empire to not continue down his bloodline,
Mm.
but to elect a new leader upon his absence.
Okay. So he seems like a genuinely good guy,
Yeah,
at least for the
at least for the history
the
books.
common public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So
you
he's
do find
disliked by
you
the
do find
nobles.
yeah you do find some slander in interviews with nobles, mostly saying that he doesn't know what he's doing and that he he's not um he's not of noble birth, he's nobody, um and that he's a simpleton, and that he doesn't deserve it.
Okay. Okay, I think that's good because I got the with the royal family. I have the history of the town being very royal based until he came along. How long has he
Yeah.
been has been in the emperor?
Uh hmm. Let's say maybe 20 years.
Okay.
He took over in his early 20s, and now he is in his early 40s.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it on this topic for now.
Okay. Uh you do pick up on, based on the slang that was used against him and other things, that he is from the race of the borrowers, whereas the royal family and all the nobles are from the race of the sea folk.
So the original royal family is sea folk.
Yeah, along with all the nobles that are in power.
Okay.
And you would know, or you would pick up on that there is a waning of power from the nobles into a more sort of almost democratic type local politics.
Okay.
Not quite democratic because they are electing rulers, uh, rather than um, rather than uh, rather than representatives. Uh, so it is a bit more dictatorial, but it is elected, and that's been the growing trend, and the nobles have been getting slowly diminished in their status, um, and they're very upset about that.
Hmm. Malcolm's gonna
I'm
look
still at
over
my
at
table
Owen.
reading books. Yeah.
Malcolm's gonna look over at Owen and say, "Well, I got plenty of research on the town and such. Shall we go to the bookstore?"
Oh, good. I've mostly been reading children's books with pictures, and did you know they have pictures in these now?
Yes.
And I start flipping through one of the same child's books I have. Do you have to get like a card of sorts to check these out? Take them home with you? Is it like a...
I would
Then you have to pay a
assume so.
fee if you don't... Okay. I'm gonna pile up like as many of the children's books as I can in my hands and be like, not because I'm a child, okay? I'm an adult, but this is a fascinating prospect that I've not had a chance to absorb. Please don't judge me. No, fine. I try to find the counter.
Macaron smiles and he pulls out an old like childhood book of his and he goes, "Don't worry, I have ones that I have read often that I've kept since I was a kid."
Okay, so it's not weird to have comforts and things that are simple. It doesn't always have to have this dramatic or non-fiction or like astute observation inside of it. Sometimes it could just be simply put, and that's the beauty of a children's book, isn't it?
I think the beauty of a children's book is a simple way, but a good visual perspective on how to treat other people.
Right. Because honestly, that's been the most stringent thing I've seen since witnessing the waking world and the way that people interact with each other. There's a
Macaron
lack of
nods.
empathy.
Nod, nod.
No, I appreciate you, friend. Let's find that desk. And I get it together and try to look for where we could apply for a library card. I don't know. Like, how does that work
uh,
in this world?
yeah, the librarian sees you kind of at the desk and he goes, "May I help you?"
So I'm new to the area, but I want to take all of these books home with me. So, what's the procedure?
Oh, well, there is a sort of a system.
I
Uh,
need like my debit card. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is, but there
It's
is there, there is a library card you could get.
okay. Give me one.
uh,
I mean,
Although
may I have one?
it's not really so much of a card as it is a sculpture. Uh, but
Oh,
and she fuddles around under the desk and pulls out this like carving of like an owl head. Um,
ooh,
and it's like a wooden carving. Very well done. It looks fantastic. Um,
oh, way
and
cooler than a card.
and and she, and she says um, take one of these since you don't have one already, and this will know that you are a friend of the library. If you were to if you were to lose it or were to be taken away from you, cannot guarantee that you'll get a new one.
Okay. Now, so here's the thing. I'm a bit of a traveler. There's a great chance that I might not get these books back on time. What's the window that I can have these checked out?
Well, you see, we don't really have a window per se,
You
and
just get to
you
keep
can
it.
Oh,
well
I can have these books,
well,
and I start putting them
what?
in my pack.
Well, do you
if
do you share branches of the libraries from other cities?
yes,
Oh, that'd be a good infrastructure.
so I was going to say you can turn it in anywhere in the empire, and we will mark that you have returned it. If we get
Okay.
suspicious, if we get suspicious that you're not returning them,
Well,
then you may be asked to turn in your
my
card,
owl,
quote unquote. Yeah, your owl,
but I like it.
and
Can't you
without
just
the
revoke its status and I can keep the sculpture?
it's not how it works.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, I'll just be honest and do my best to get them back to you. I just, life is a highway and I'm gonna ride it all night long. So,
What is a highway?
well, it's just like it's a concept really more than anything. My father showed me some prolific images of a thing. I didn't understand the concept, but basically it's an avenue for vehicles to travel along long sprints of destinations from A to B to B to C to C to D, etc., etc. But
The
I've never seen
librarian
it
says,
practically exercised.
what's a vehicle?
Oh, it's just, like a horse or a carriage or a, sleigh or a skateboard.
I know what a horse is. I'll take your word for it.
Skateboard's like a horse without the organs and a wheels instead of legs.
Without the horse without the organs, that sounds terrifying.
It's a rocking horse, you son of a bitch. That's not. uh, Owen is so confused about how little he understands that he thought he understood. I don't
Um,
know. I just saw a lot from different times across different books.
I'm not gonna lie,
My
Owen. My
yeah.
brain went straight to this.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm dying. Why does it have springy little legs? I would ride that unironically, like
So
alongside your hog mount.
have you ever like went to a like a park and you see like the little horses with like the single spring and you just
Yeah, the little.
yeah, it's basically
And
like
it
that.
whiplashes you. Yeah,
Anyway,
let's go.
to the bookstore.
okay,
To the bookstore. That's quality product.
so you go to the bookstore.
Yeah.
I do not have a map for this,
Yeah, that's fine.
but we can use our theater of the mind.
Yeah,
Do-do-do-do-do.
this.
This
Yeah,
is now
this is
turned
the
into the
same place.
bookstore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the same
Oh,
place. Yeah.
look at that. Same architects doing the same buildings. That makes sense. That's economic, is what it is.
I mean, it's got plenty of places for the whole like the books. So it makes sense. It makes sense. It's ran by the library is ran by Jill, and then you got the bookstore ran by Gil, and yeah,
Oh, the
Yeah.
names rhyme like that. They're called rhyming names and all this.
they're twins. It's
That's
fine.
whimsical.
You learned
Oh
that in the
my
children's book.
god, that's amazing. So wait, one of them's about the profit and one of them's about the knowledge, right? Is that the shtick?
I think so.
I love that, honestly, when people have flavor. Ugh. Delicious. Now, I have a question for you, Zay.
Hmm.
Because we... Admittedly, I don't feel like I helped much in the library. I found some very fascinating books with pictures that I'd like to emulate the art from sometime and do some things and like... I have my reasons, but I don't feel like I helped much with... So, we have a group, right? It's you, me, Altoth, and,
None yes.
oh, the naked one. Yes, thank you, Nullius. I forget. But,
Off in the distance,
like,
Anne sneezes.
yes. Oh, and Anne. Don't forget Anne with her pistol. Oh. What exactly are we looking for? We said information on the ruins. What is in the ruins? Who is the Emperor? What are we doing here? What exactly have I signed up for? Because honestly,
Macron's gonna look
please.
around and see if there's anyone around.
Smart.
This place is a little more crowded than the library. Uh,
Mm,
so it's not like, because first of all, the building is smaller, and there's about the same as amount of people in there, so it's a little more dense. Um, you might have to like, if you want privacy from prying ears, you might have to go into a corner or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yes.
Macron kind of like pulls you into a corner,
Okay.
and says,
Yeah.
according to the Emperor, there
Yeah.
is there's possibly a great power there that could probably help with the people, but
Right.
they also speak of a destiny, of a prophecy, and we might be in the prophecy.
So, in a way, I could help you and the lot fulfill the prophecies, and yeah?
I think so.
I would like to do that. The, it's hard to say that there's a whole lot of motivation to do anything particular. This is going to sound a bit morbid, but when your dad dies mysteriously, and he's the only person you've known, not to make it all about me all the time, but when that happens, it kind of frees up your schedule a bit. And then there's the fear of freedom. There's too much, indecision. So, honestly, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to make friends that accept me into a group like this one, and then inconsequentially be able to, not inconsequentially, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of things that could make me regret all of my decisions, but time being, it feels very nice to know that you'll at least have some type of objective, a goal, and judging by your personality alone, seems to be aimed at a greater good. It gives me an opportunity to learn and grow and to move beyond just a sheltered cave child into a full-grown man who can support himself and support his friends and make sure they're safe. So, shit, if just point me towards the books you want me to read, I can process information like a son of a bitch. But I'm pretty terrible about some of the practical implications of some of that information. So I apologize.
If I remember
Vance.
correctly, they said that the prophecy had more than just us. We were essentially missing some people.
I wouldn't. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
you
No.
you would you would know that it was the number of people was kind of vague. He didn't directly say how many there were in the prophecy,
Well, you know what,
just
Owen?
that you were in it.
We should speak with Alex when we Emperor Alex when we get the chance, because they didn't exactly say how many people were in the prophecy, and I believe that there is a reason that we met, and maybe you're in it.
I mean, as someone who subscribes to the sciences, there is a rules and chaos that imply that things don't just happen for no reason. So I
It's
can
kind of
say
like
along all my travels, I hadn't met anyone quite as amicable as this group that I find it hard to disagree with your notions.
I think that that is one way that your science and my religion is kind of the same, because the gods tend to believe that that there is a great plan that they have, and everything happens for a reason. We just don't know what it is
Exactly.
yet.
I always subscribe to that very notion, and I just want to point out an amalgamation of the words religion and science is reliance. So, with our powers combined, I think that the greater good can rely on us, and I am very excited to explore the opportunities nested in this possible bookshop.
Well, first off, I
See
would
what the
like to
hell's
get
going on.
I would like to get a world map so that we have a better understanding about where we are.
That's smart.
I would
I would
like
like to look for a book on culture.
uh, there's also
This is
a
Go ahead.
there's also a need for a book based on forced foraging in case something happens to the supplies that we buy.
Smart, smart.
And I think I want to grab some a book about culinary cooking, especially for more of a vegetarian meal.
Not to presume much or anything, but I happen to love. You know I'm a vegetarian. I've told you, but that's. Are there any other vegetarians in the group?
No. Uh, but
Then
when we
I can
buy,
only deduce that that is an effort to ingratiate me into your graces, and I cannot help but be a little bit overwhelmed by how sweet that is. And thank you for thinking of me when it comes to the cooking. And Owen starts weeping.
well, Macaron kind of like laughs and says, "Well, if we go foraging for foods and such, um, I'm not well too well versed on what uh, vitamins and proteins can be inside the vegetables. In all honesty, so I figured that if we do need to find things to cook, it would be better if we found something that would be able to give your diet a proper give you a proper diet while we are on the road, and that way we don't they kind of like think of how like they're wording things. uh it doesn't taste bad. I'm not too bad at
Well,
cooking.
for what it's worth, I'm not an incredibly picky eater. It's mostly about sustenance for me. I've when I lived with my dad, it was like there were times of the day and the night that we ate, but it was never like an event. It was always like, let's hurry up and get this out of the way so we can get back to study, if that makes sense. So food to me holds very little like actual like cathartic dopamine value, and it's more just like an act of sustenance, something to get you going to the next stage and phase of the day, night, whatever.
You
So
say that now, but
while
have you ever had a pastry?
I can't imagine, no, I've never had a pastry in my life. I've had sustenance, and I believe that there is likely plenty of room, as I already discovered just from being around other living entities. There are so many facets to this world and realm. I just thought I understood and do not at fucking all understand. So, if there are culinary things to experience, I welcome them with an open maw. Um, and I am just appreciative. But I don't want anyone. For what it's worth, I also have the means, given the proper preparation. I have some tools and inventions in my kit and ways and means of wizardry magic to conjure up food and ingredients. So if you find a recipe you really want to try, but we don't have the ingredients out in the wild, I could always, given enough preparation and time, just focus my zen and align the chakras and build the science to create the food and ingredients needed to make the culinary dishes you'd like to make. But the fact that you cared enough to look for a book means that we can utilize my magic as a wizard in a way that can help you flourish in that too, in the way that you help me flourish by exposing me to these elements of the world.
Well,
And I appreciate that.
let's get looking for the books and
Hell
preparing
yes.
ourselves for the journey.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking for
And
books on the northern ruins and other stuff we talked about.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, that's probably a good spot to like. I mean, not the best spot to stop, but
It's
um,
good enough. It's good enough.
it's good
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. Um.
Macaron and Owen, just full montage of them just exploring and reading and picking up books.
Yes.
And Macaron is
Yeah.
definitely taking Owen when they're heading back and getting them a sausage roll, like a pig in a blanket, but like with
Yes.
just cheese, because
Oh,
vegetarian.
yes.
And like a Danish. I mean, like, here,
I
Ooh.
love it.
try this shit. You'll see
Okay.
there's more.
Okay.
You'll see that there is more to foods than just sustenance.
Owen goes to take a bite. First of the pig in a blanket, sans the pig. So the blanket of cheese. Um, I'm imagining in my head, because this is the perfect scenario. Like, one, I have the munchies, and two, like, it sounds amazing. Just the idea of like a absolute golden crisped, crunched out exterior of this pig in a blanket. You bite into it, but it gives way to like the softest dough, and then the cheese oozes in from the background. It's just like a mouthful of flavor from the gruel and like soups and things and sustenance, and like, hey, these are the exact ingredients that we need to survive through the day that was provided by his father. This brings Owen to tears. And this isn't even the Danish. This is fucking breakfast. Okay. And
I'm just imagining Remy from Ratatouille.
yes, literally that moment that like I have nostalgia of a life I didn't even get to live. Like it's just like, oh, so this is what I've missed my whole life. Oh my god, this I don't think I've ever had cheese before. This is amazing, and this is a pig in a blanket. This has meat in it.
Well, no, I asked them to make one with just.
This doesn't even have meat in it. And he starts crying even heavier. Like it's just so overwhelming, but it's so good. And then without even finishing it, pulls out the Danish and just a regular like cheese Danish, right? Like the
Yeah.
sweet cream cheese. Oh god, I'm so hungry now. God, I'm gonna fucking uh
You played
gotta pick it
yourself.
up.
The
And I take a
wonderful,
bite
crisp
of the corner that's just the crust
custard
without the
cream
cream. Yeah, I don't
cheese.
even get the custard yet. I just get the crust. I bite it just tentatively. I'm like, oh my god, this is a pastry. This is delicious. This is amazing. And I go to take my second bite, and then I get that cream filling, and I'm like, but there's more. There's more. I don't know if my father loved me. Just like literally, like these are two items that Owen has tasted in all the years of their life, which extend into adulthood without putting a hard number on it. They are adults, and they have never had anything as good as the two things that they've just had from the courtesy of their friends, the Great Macron. And being able to actually ingest flavors and ingredients and things that were made because someone had a passion for their craft versus I need to sustain the organisms in this household so we can read more books. Yeah, the juxtaposition is night and day. And Owen is very much able to.
Cry.
It's like an, excuse me, yeah, it's like an epiphany of flavors and things to show that Owen, while naive, is very intelligent. And they know that this means that if this exists on just the flavor palette, what else exists in the realms that Owen has known that expand beyond it, and they can't wait for a world to discover all of those.
Macaron 100% didn't get you anything spicy because your spice tolerance has to suck.
I can't imagine it's anything. I'll immediately get the hiccups and start crying and sneezing and just snotting everywhere. I'm just like, oh my god, it was. It's just like Lucas, and he can't handle it.
We end the scene of us just arriving into the tavern, Owen crying his eyes out over pastries.
You guys don't know what it means to have cream cheese. Like, um,
And yeah, we
Remind me
can end there.
next session to open up with the map. I
Yep.
already have it. I just will wait to show everyone.
Yep.
hell
That's
yeah,
where we will leave off. um,
indeed.
we are gonna go ahead and end. Uh, Ika, is there anyone you would like to raid out to?
Uh, I'm looking at who's online right now. Not particularly, no.
Well, we can always raid out to Two Ton. Let's go ahead and
Okay.
raid out to Two Ton. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and raid. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Ika, for the wonderful roleplay session.
Yes.
Thank you.
honestly, I'm really like, even though it was just the small group tonight, and everybody was very much missed. It was nice to be able to just have another night on the books and get
Definitely.
some book time like the nerds we are.
We are gonna rate 2 ton. Thank you, people, for the anniversary, the happy anniversaries, because it's apparently the day we were affiliated. So fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Mazel tov. Sorry.
And keep your eye out for Sunday, for we will be back with the final boss to the fight for Limengarn, and then we should be back with the WTFs. Um, keep your eye out for any other random streams, and don't forget to check out Mellow the Fairy, because I play on a lot of his streams. And yeah, go ahead and check out Ika. Ika, you have a Twitch, right? Twitch, right?
Yeah, it's Ika Sensei Twitch. It just those three words smushed together in one.
Yeah. Go ahead
Yeah.
and check them out. Um, and and do you have anything you want to shout out?
Oh, I'm a loser. I don't. No, I will once I get more up.
Once you get more
No.
set up.
Yeah.
I I will say that I'm waiting on waiting until I get my new PC to do any streaming. So I might
True,
I
true,
might be a little bit.
Is it
true, true.
like inappropriate to plug the project that I work on, or like is
Oh,
this just
if
Twitch
it
stuff?
seemed to raid out in 5 seconds,
Okay,
Oh.
no, don't ignore
I
me.
maybe next time. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. Bye.